I hope that works. Well, at the very least, I am live again. That's a good sign. If there are starters or something, then I apologize. I haven't fine-tuned this or in any way. I haven't even prepped this really. It was just a spontaneous idea. But hey, Blood Bowl. We don't need anything but blood and gore and possibly some severed heads. Also, I see that the interface is still in German. That's fine. I'm going to change that later, maybe.
If you're struggling to get good reception, don't forget to lick your crystal globes.
Doesn't actually help, but it sure makes us laugh.
Try it like this.
Not sure about the audio feed? We
I'm
can
not
fire
sure
the
about
wizard.
the language of what I'm seeing here. Let's see. Oh, anyway, this should do. Blood Bowl time. That's right. I'm going to maybe let's see what will I do today. I haven't planned anything. I just wanted to play some Blood Bowl. Let's see. I could play online against a friend if I had any. I could play locally if my cousin was here right now, but he's just on Discord, so that doesn't work. So instead,
Leagues
let's
can be
try
played between friends.
Enemies?
Yes, indeed. Enemies, victims, anybody you like, between all comers, or even alone against AI coaches. And I don't mean by that an intelligent bus.
I would like to try to play with those guys. My GSC Legal Eagles, my Goblin team, who of course are dressed in white because they're pure and innocent. I'm going to run through my team once, and then I'm going to figure out how to play against the bot. Maybe Fonzie can help me with that, because he did that quite a while. For quite a while now. Okay, so this team is pretty basic for a Goblin team. We have a bunch of Goblins right here, because they are cheap and expendable. And they're just there to be annoying, and yeah. We have some people like Silly Skipper, Giggling Gustav, Ditzy David Jr., Frivolous Felix, Excited Eddie, Spastic Sheldon, Shaky Simon, Trembling Tommy, Giddy Greg, and Perky Pete. Those are my normal Goblins. None of them are leveled at all. We have 3 rerolls, and I think I'm going to need them. I did get the Apothecary. I usually get the Apothecary. Really. Then we have our Troll, Drooling Dave, who's pretty much there to be big and stompy, and he can also throw my Goblins if I wanted to. I don't know why I would want to, because I don't get too much out of it. But I can throw them if I want to.
All you need to do is sign
Other
a
than that, he's just there to stand
500-year
on the line of
contract.
scrimmage and be stompy.
Forfeit a payment, don't worry.
And then we
They'll
have
only
those 4
sacrifice you to
fellas who
Sote.
are my secret weapons. We have I Won't Hurt You Honest, who is my chainsaw guy. He's pretty good, the loony, as you call it. Then we have Harmless Present for You, who is my bombardier. He throws bombs. Then we have Don't Worry About Me, the fanatic. He has a big ball and chain, and the biggest strength in my team, even compared to the troll. But the downside is I can't control where he goes, and he might knock my own teammates out. And then we have Nothing to See Here, my Pogoa, who is the best guy in my team.
Typical Tobi names here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, Fonzie. Talk to people you want to talk to.
Don't forget that to enhance your stadium,
Then we have
it
the
must
fairgrounds,
be
which is
of
my
a
stadium.
sufficient size.
And yeah, that's my team. It's brand new. I haven't played with this yet, and I would love to. So let's figure out how to actually do that. Solo, yes. Let's do a regional league. I want 3 minutes to think about stuff. I don't want age. I don't want... Well, I might want infrastructure. And I do want kickoff results. Don't know what this does, because I think this is new for Blood Bowl 2. I'm just going to try it out. I don't want aging though. I'd love to keep my players as long as they don't die. So... let's try the regionals. And our first opponent is elves. Nice. I'm just going to...
Everybody ready? The match is about to start.
So what I want is bribes. I want bribes. Can't afford bribes, but I want them. I actually can afford one because I had 40 gold in the bank and I had 40 more for inducements because the opponents are actually better than me, or they have better players, let's just say. I am of course better than them. Let's look at the opponent's team first.
Of course.
Of course. Let's look at the opponent's team first. So this is an elf team. The first thing we see are 4 agility everywhere. That's not pleasant. That's the main route for elven bullshit. Which basically means that they're just going to run around the pitch, pass the ball back and forth, and dodge everything. And it's really not fun for me. However, my goblins are also pretty good in dodging. So this will be a pretty dodge-heavy match, all things considered. They have some Skype messages and also some basic. None of those guys are leveled, which is good. They have 3 rerolls. They do not have the apothecary. That could be a factor later. They have a thrower. Let's look at the thrower first. He has
You know I
sure
have
pass. I think this is called in English.
Snottling. What are we gonna get to see again?
Which just, or it's the pass ability. It's the basic pass ability. If he throws a pass and it doesn't work, he can re-roll it without actually consuming the 1 re-roll you have per turn. And then he has sure pass, it's this one. If a pass by this guy is caught by someone else, that one has to roll an extra time to actually dust it. So his pass is harder to get caught by the other team. And of course, you don't want an interception in Blood Bowl. You pretty much don't want anything bad in Blood Bowl to happen to you. Now, I'm playing a Goblin team, so that means my own team can do stuff that hurts me. They are very uncontrollable and not the most reliable folk, but they are so much fun to play that I just take a Goblin team every day of the week. It's not my favorite team, but it's just so much fun to play that I always get back to it. They have the thrower. They have 2 catchers who are normal elves, but they have the catch ability, which means that they can re-roll if they miss a catch. Combined with elven agility, actually, they actually have 3 catchers. Combined with elven agility, that means that they pretty much never fail a pass. It's very unlikely that they fail a pass. So what I need to do when they get the ball is to knock them down, possibly kill them.
Never went onto the field without a pair of orchids.
Also try to get the ball from them by knocking them down and making sure that no one can get to it, which is not hard, which is not easy to do, because they can dodge into everything and have a pretty good chance of getting out of it. So I need to put a lot of tackle zones on a loose ball. I also need to make the touchdown that I can make if I get the ball. So I need to cage in, I need to make miles, I definitely need to defend well as well. So this is a pretty tough first opponent. That's my analysis of that. Looking at my team real quick again. You can see that agility is pretty normal across the board, aside from the troll who doesn't have anything to do with the ball. And also, while Don't Worry About Me has normal agility, he also has no hands, because his hands are preoccupied with this little thing he's sitting on. So yeah, he's not going to do anything with the ball. He's just going to spin around like a moron and hopefully hit the enemy. I should also say that the Fanatic, the Bombardier, and our Looney here are secret weapons, which means that after a drive, they get sent off the pitch. I have a bribe to try to have them stay on the pitch, but a bribe can fail, of course. There are actually rules in Fluff for the referees on how and when to take bribes, because it just happens so
I've
often
just been watching my Cabal Vision.
they
all, Jim.
actually regulated
new
when
high
and how
destiny
to
feed
bribe a
is
referee
crystal
and when it's
clear.
legal for them to take the bribe. It's pretty cool. So I have 3 secret weapons in here, so I need to manage those. My Pogua is the most reliable and also best player I have. He has the dodge skill, which is good. Extra ability to dodge away out of tackle zones. He can jump over enemies. He has very long legs, which means that when he tries to catch a ball with an interception, for perhaps, or if he tries to jump, he has a buff to that. It's easier for him to do that, which actually counters a bit the ability of Shore Pass. So if that's the guy that does the interception, the Shore Pass is just a normal pass. Still with Elven agility, hard to intercept, but a bit easier for him. And just like most goblins, he has stunty, which means that if those guys get hit, they get hit hard with only, well, some of them have 7. 7 armor is not great, but it's alright. Other little guys with stunty are like the skinks and the halflings, for instance. Halflings are pretty bad, they have 6 armor. And also snotlings who have 5. They pretty much die if you sneeze at them. So that's the little analysis of everything going on here. I hope you could follow that. If not, feel free to just ask again in chat. Meanwhile, I'm just going to jump into
for the
the
budding
match.
coach then, Bob?
Yeah, always wear underpants, because you never know who might be looking. Some of these cameras work both ways. Nice shirt, by the way.
Are you ready, Bob?
I was born ready, Jim.
Welcome back to Cabal Vision HD. The ref is asking for autographs from the team.
There they
take
are,
to
look
the
at
field.
those guys.
I suspect you may have been bought.
The ponziest ponces that ever ponced past the ponsing
Really?
parlor.
Sweaty hands will make the ball difficult to hold, adding another dynamic to the game.
And there's my big troll. Isn't he lovely? Alright, let's see if I get the ball first. I can try. So what I would like to do is stay on the offense first.
They love playing. It would be
God,
inspired
what
to
is
put
that
some
camera?
players near the end zone,
What is that
just in
camera?
case.
Okay, first thing first. Can I put the names on? Or the tackle zones? What are the buttons for any of this? Okay, this is the camera. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Let's first do... Okay, I want this guy to be back there. I want the troll to be here. And those guys... I want him here. Because the troll is really stupid. If I don't have someone who knows what's up around him, then that's going to fail. I want the loony actually not on the pitch for the first drive. I will keep the bombardier on the pitch first drive. Let's see. Let's put him here. It's pretty free from thing, so let's see. I mean, we have a gap here. But if you can see here, we do have a gap here. However, this is also where our troll is. So we might actually be better off if we put this goblin here, because we just have more guys here. It's a bit asymmetrical, but I think it could work. Okay, so the last 1 minute 20, I will try to figure out what the buttons are. This is camera. This is another camera. Okay. Where's the button that shows me the name of my dudes? There it is. Look at that. That tells me everything I need to know. Dice lock is down here.
Oh, look!
I'm ready.
Is that Lord Borak down there, Bob, in front row?
I think it is, Chip. Hey, Borak! Song off, you buckethead!
They get a free blitz. That's already not a good start for me. Let's see, attacker zones. Okay. Now they have the ball. Not ideal, I would say.
Hey, I can sing. Did you know that, Chip?
God. Oh, really?
Let's try to
No
punch
need to
someone
be like that.
first,
My
and then
life
decide
coach says
if we
I
want to
Oh,
do
wait!
that.
What's happening? Sometimes the underdog wins the...
Okay, defending that is actually pretty tough. I would like to have him here. Then we're going to do this. Come on. Oh. That's how you control that. Ah, that didn't do anything. Those are red die. I don't want to take red die. In general, no one wants to ever take red die. So I think the best thing I could do is... Nope, not blitz. Throw a bomb. And throw it... Before I throw the bomb, that was a misclick, but it might as well work. Hey, I got the ball free.
Get up or get off the field.
Kinda worked. Didn't really. He will just pick that up and run it down, and now this guy is the only one standing in his way.
Not
Definitely
enough
need to
tackle
pick
zones
those
on
guys
that ball.
up late.
And now
next
the
time.
opposing team has paid the price.
At least he doesn't move further, so I have a chance of actually defending that. Okay, Fonzie. That's a push. I definitely need to get him out of there. He has stunties, so there's a good chance. No one of those has anything that could hinder me. That guy sadly didn't fall down. And there's the blitz on my bombardier. So now the phonetic is spinning in place looking stupid. This isn't doing great. Let's pick those guys up first. Well, some people blew up. Let's just say it like that. This guy doesn't do anything useful right now. Can I do throw blitz? I can do throw blitz.
You need
And it
balls
works.
to score.
Yes.
Only use for a ball, in my opinion. Highlight who gets hit next.
Move in this general direction, please. Okay, that kind of worked. Cool. Okay, now let's stand him up. You need to get out of there. Yeah, all goblins have dodge. This guy is a bit boned. But we need our guys around. Or not. Why couldn't I re-roll that? Why didn't he let me re-roll that? Well, those goblins are pretty fucked. Couldn't manage to guard that ball.
Good catch.
So
Hello,
he's
so
going
near
to
to
just
the
run
end
it down now. I definitely, I
On the
could
edge of
push
the
him
field,
off.
within grasping range of the fans.
He wasted his blitz there. I mean, 3 die, good one to take, but this situation right here doesn't concern anything around there. We should definitely worry about defending that. Goblins are pretty fast and sneaky, but they're also weak. That's the trade-off. Yes! Kick his shin, kick his shin, kick his shin. Okay, he didn't reroll. So now, the most important thing is to push this guy off. He doesn't have sidestep or anything like that, so I should do it like this. But not without an assist. Let's see, who could assist that? This guy needs to dodge out of 2 tackle zones. Even with dodge, not that likely, so let's block him free.
The bigger they are.
The harder they punch.
I'll take it. Follow please.
Twinkle toes there.
Let's see if that works.
There's nothing better
Hey, it
than hitting
does.
someone smaller than
Cool.
you, Jim.
With arms like tree trunks. There's only going to be one result in
Stun.
that spat.
And then let's try to not knock over our own guy. Perfect. Assist.
If the player is
Can we
pushed
make
here,
another
it will
assist happen?
finish in the
It
public.
requires go for
And in
it.
general, fans are much more
need
dangerous
those.
than players. Not a wise place to end your turn on the border of the pitch. If the player gets pushed into the crowd, well, last
love
time
when
that
the
happened,
football walks.
it took 3 days to
That
piece
works.
the body back together.
Stay.
Oh, he's going to get intimate with us.
Cool. And the ball falls next to the... I don't re-roll that. I don't want to troll to pick that up. Okay, and you move back there now. Let's see, what's a good place to put you? Let's try there for now. Okay, let's mark the ball with tackle zones now. Just going to stand him in the way so that those guys need to either dodge him or spend movement allowance to walk around him. And this guy, I will move him last. Let's see, what else can I do? I can move this guy out of there if that works. Yes, perfect. This guy is unmarked now, but I don't foresee that as a problem because I have someone who can throw a bomb at him. Let's try that. But I don't want to throw it right at him. I want to throw it like... there. Maybe. Or maybe it's a better play to throw the bomb back there. What's the... I already misclicked. What do I need for that? It's a 6+, nope. Yeah, no. That's not... That's red. There's not too much useful I can do here. Okay, and so now I'll use the last few seconds to try to dodge him out. Oh, not you. This guy.
If the player remains very
Worked.
quiet,
Wonderful.
he may not be noticed.
Into the tackle zone, please. And that did it. I can pick up and run. However, I cannot make that happen and also protect the guy that does it. Those elves have quite a bit of movement allowance on them, so... For now, I'm trying to see how many I can punch over before I do that. Although I do have my pole ready to go right there. And I have those two for additional assists. This will be a mess.
The fight is about to happen.
Bucky Pete will get served. I don't really care.
You know, a fence may solve this problem of players being eaten by the crowd. Just a thought.
Yeah, I know. This is quite the thing. If I can get this guy in the middle of this will be quite ecstatic. Like this square would be perfect. It's marking the Pogoa. Okay, so let's see. Tough. Let's first get him out of that. We can assist them. Just so that he doesn't get served. Then the Pogoa could jump Not right into that, that would be stupid. Maybe there. Let's see, what's the roll on that? A 3+. I'll take a 3+.
Boing!
And the crowd starts.
Let's re-roll that. I need that.
blame them. It was hilarious. Oh,
God
no.
damn it.
The higher you leap, the longer you fall.
Come on. I need you. So all I did there was managing the Pogwa to land flat on his back, and that was my entire turn. Ah, goblins. Gotta love them. It was a 3+ as well, right? The reroll was a good chance to take. And if that would have worked, then he could have blocked. Because right now he can't, because he's stupid.
He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
Now he's trying to go against the bombardier. Only push. I can take a push.
That's it. Force him back and then pow!
This guy's just spinning there. Still putting all those guys around the ball helped me. Good thing to do. Come on, roll some skulls. Do I have anyone else anywhere here? Nope. Only those guys.
This way, the attacker smells weakness.
Okay, let's see. I definitely want... this
The
guy.
ball is currently secured,
Two blades.
but now they must grab it.
Does he need to dodge at any point? No. Wonderful. Well, there goes the
Did
blitz
this guy
idea.
leave his
Let's
brain
try what
in
else
the
we can do.
dugout again?
We still have this guy, but moving him there is a bit risky. That's the opposite way of where I want you to go. Okay. Oh, maybe do this. Well,
It reminds me of the famous story
Did a bit of
Nurgling
things.
and the Great Unclean One. But this time, no miracles.
3+, and also going to the ball. I don't think so. I just stand up. Same here, maybe. Let's see. Yeah. Those tackles on stunt look nice. Same here, but I can get you away from there. This is maybe back here. Back there. Let's see, what can you do? A 1 die.
This is going to be
I'll take the
decisive.
1 die.
Oh dear. Saying today's player is tomorrow's necromancer fodder. He's dead, isn't he? Yes.
He's dead.
Well, life goes on. Except for him.
This was quite the thing. At least the ball is not in their possession. That would be even harder to counter.
Failure that could cost his team dear.
Oh, what? An elf that doesn't manage to pick up the ball? Ah, now he died. Oh, good. harmless present for you is stunned. Let's just say that was not quite what I thought I would do. And
want
this
to
one
fight
is
one
hurt,
against
that
11?
doesn't really matter.
They're going to
But
spend
that guy
time on the
doesn't matter
bench.
as well. He wasn't level at all, he was replaceable. He's just hit him. Thank you.
There's no harm in making a block on the ball carrier. Well, actually, you could do a lot of harm. That's kind of the point.
That's not the worst place for the ball to land. Before I stand him up, let's just move him and see what happens. Okay, cool. That worked. This guy's stunned. These guys are not in the best position, but let's move them up. Just up.
Fast and impossible to tackle. The fans will love it.
For next turn. And then, may you please pick
Not
up
up
the
to
ball.
much today, poor thing.
May you please pick up the ball.
Oh, dear. Someone's getting fired in the morning.
I have the best luck in this game. Well, that ball is marked by 3 of my guys, one of them a troll, so... While not ideal at all, could work. Could horribly backfire. I can't really tell what's going to happen at this point. Still have the bribe. No, that's the weather. Cool. Still need to get used to the new interface. Yes!
Good call. Intimidation.
Pick
is
up the ball
key.
now.
One of my strengths when I was still playing.
Or not. At least those elves are just as incompetent as I am. Okay, so what I need to happen right now is 1. This guy moved down there and just wreak havoc. Not quite what I was going for, but he's getting there eventually. There he is.
Moved right next to a teammate.
I won't take the reroll, not the take not words. I won't take the go for it on that.
Fair fights can be so overrated. There's always room in sport for a scrap like this.
Oh. I really needed that guy down.
This is Wayland. He's following up, hoping to get the knockdown next time.
The other ones still like statues with such easy prey. I may swoop down myself. I fancy a bite. That player is looking rather smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before the...
That's the worst possible place for the ball to land. Okay, so they are moving in for the pass next turn. Maybe even this turn, I don't know. There were some skulls, but sadly he had a reroll left.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
Scoops up the ball with ease.
He has the ball now. Okay, now this is why I wanted him down so badly. Next turn they will score. Do they have a next turn?
Twinkle toes there.
They do. I only have 1 turn to at least get the ball off of them.
Their player is looking rather smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before the fall.
Ball is
Rough.
secure.
This is
Can
rough.
the other team steal it away?
Okay, let's see. This is a safe move to do.
Will the big one manage to lay out an opponent of half his strength?
Oh fuck.
Smack!
Well, they will score now. And they get the ball next half, so I definitely need to get the ball off of them again. I need to bring in all my forces and just kill, because otherwise I can't really tie.
We can finally get this
Or maybe
match
my
started.
luck turns around, but I don't see that happening. At the very least I could save my Pogoa, which is good, because I need him now. And I will definitely need to use the bribe. One guy hurt, one guy dead. My knocked out guy is back.
Ah, I think he melts in his arm.
Yes.
All the knockout
Alright,
players
the
are
bribe
back on
worked,
the
so I
field.
can...
How delightful.
This
Well,
the
needs to
bombardier is
remain
gone. I
calm
don't
and
care. The
collected.
bombardier was useless
They'll be
anyway.
kicking the ball
I
back to the
definitely need
winning
to-
team again.
Get him to stay. And
I
then
don't understand
also,
why secret
let's
weapons
bring
are
in
still
the
banned.
chainsaw.
All the pleasure they bring to the spectators.
And I'm going
In
to
fact, they
put
should be
him-
compulsory.
There. Like so. Silly Skipper will be there. No, I don't like that. Let's keep you there. Maybe even one more there. Jitsi David Jr. Going to be here. And you back there. You are going to be here. You're going to be standing over there. Elves are a nasty first opponent, especially if you're playing a tier 3 team. Don't want anything else to change. Excited Eddie will be pummeled. There's nothing stopping them from that. Okay. And they get the ball now. That's the toughest one of all. Oh wow. They lost a bit of their front line. I only lost that guy who would have got pummeled anyway. But that's all fine.
That's a dangerous place to be.
They're fairly spread out so far. So I'm thinking that this guy is going to pick up the ball. Maybe? No? And this guy is going to pick it up. Well, normally he would.
Were they asleep then?
I certainly was, Jim.
Alright, first reroll already gone for them. And there's the blitz. Perky Pete is Earth.
Oh, that looks painful.
So I'm going to... Oh, I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. So when you roll a 1 with that, that's why I needed to burn the reroll. If he rolls a 1, he hurts himself. I definitely can't afford that right now. Let's just provide some assistance there. I still have my blitz. Oh god, nothing works right
This
now.
player should be brain transplanted.
At least I could move him in a way. Those are all blocks I do not want to take. Maybe this one is the only one I can take. And it actually works. So now I can move him in. So 2 die. Move him into the middle, just so that the middle is protected a bit. I'm going to keep him there, maybe. Maybe it's better to just put in a little more defensive formation. But then I need to run him back, so... Just kick that guy.
They look to be running around in agony, Jim. Here comes the other team.
Worth.
Oh, not funny. The refs start to do their job, the world turns mad.
Okay, and I'm going to move in for the pass. About 1 or 2 turns away from now. Pick those guys all up. Yes, just push. That's ideal. He follows up, so I can hit him with the chainsaw next turn. That guy will get protected now. So if at all possible, I need to get Drooling Dave in his face. Oh, don't worry about me, that guy works too. I actually should try him first, just to see if he gets close or not. At the very least, there's a chance he would provide assistance.
That's quite a mismatch, Bob.
I know. That weedy fella's gonna get splatted. Oh, I'm excited, Jim.
Knockout? Well, not a knockout, but he's down for now.
He's going to sleep. And
KO,
we'll see him in the
wonderful.
picture.
Well, it's too early to say that things are turning around. I would really hoped that it would. Nah, it's not what I wanted, but sure. He is in between my 2 strongest players, and I can actually cut off his escape. However, it's elves. So I should also get him down, just in case. Move him a bit in the open field. If those guys can dodge just one, they're in the way, and that's all I can ask for. So he could try a handoff, run down this, do a pass and score. There's a lot of rolls involved in that. And also at this point there's nothing I could do about that. I'm just hoping that either he can dodge away, he can definitely not block him free. Also I'm kind of hoping that he runs around this side, so I can cage him in from 2 sides. that doesn't work, I'm kind of
That's a holding
I'm
maneuver,
already
if
kind
ever
of
I saw one.
running along the wrong side. He doesn't hand off though. He's trying to pass. Pass works.
Hand off, followed by a great pass. A
And there's the
classic
score.
combination.
Don't touch! That's it! Don't touch, everybody! Sorry. Touchdown! I mean, why? Then why? The winning squad have built up quite the lead. Is it too late for the other side to counter?
Probably, actually, Jim. Probably. Look at all of this. Also, I'm going to lose 2 more players now because they're hidden weapons and I don't have any more bribes left.
Poor little bugger's getting a little too warm. Maybe he should
So
take
at
an
this
ice bath.
point,
Pathetic.
I get the
imagine
ball,
that
I
in their
won't score with
dreams,
it.
at least.
Probably.
Winning
If I can do that, that would be wonderful.
With one team having
Not
a
too many
3-player
sub points
advantage,
earned this match.
I
Also
can't
very
see how the
unlucky in a
smaller
lot of
squad
cases.
will win.
Important thing, gotta keep possession of the ball, not lose it.
That's just
Strike
Goblins
back would be
sometimes.
terrible. I hope that ref is handy with an axe or two. He's gonna need to be at full time.
That's
The
just
ref has
Goblins
gone
sometimes.
power
Also
mad.
Blood Bowl in general, sometimes you're just unlucky. There was this one hole in the defense I left open. And they get another reroll. Perfect for them. Touchback. Not very lucky with a lot of those guys. I'm going to build a cage that I wanted to build in the very first drive, but I couldn't get a hold of the ball for ever because my goblins never picked it up, even though I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it didn't really matter though, did it? I will
Is the
still
assist gonna be
maintain though
enough to
that
come out
goblins are
on
pretty
top?
fun. There have been some things in this match that were pretty funny in retrospect, even though I'm paying for those moments right now. But it's a tier 3
That's it.
team.
Force him
What
back
do you
and then
expect?
pow!
Depending on how they position themselves, I might try something. Okay, let's see. Didn't work last time. I'm not too confident it will work now, but I sure as hell want to try.
I've seen mushrooms that look smarter than that.
Yes. Doing it.
Very
Hey, it
good.
didn't fall over this time.
No wonder the fans are booing.
And then I'm going to just defend. Still have to go in for it. Positioned in a way that the tackle zones are just But the tackle zones are just in a way I do have to reroll, so I'm just might as well trying. There it is. Other than that, there's not too much I can do.
That last burst of speed. It's risky.
At this point, I'm really with the back against the wall. I will try to score with nothing to see here. Other than that, I can't do too much. Looks like he's preparing either a
Players
blitz or
arrive to
just
assist their team.
caging him in just because. If he moves that guy away from Excited Eddie, I might try a blitz with Ruling Day. He does. And he doesn't even reach my ball carrier. There's the blitz.
That's it. Get in their face.
Kind of unlucky.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
So let's try this again.
The player's fist is approximately the same size
Come on,
as his
kill someone, I need
entire
SPP.
opponent.
Not quite killing. Alright, run it in. There are some SPP.
Well, you're not supposed to
Don't
remain
think
neutral.
I'm able to tie. I will try, but don't think that's really... I only have one of my good players left. The other one is a very unreliable troll. And the others are just weak. There's one of their code guys back. Lost 7 players this game.
That player's out of there. It's so hot, it's out cold.
Okay.
They simply have a better dock, or they hit harder.
This is technically
shortage
line
of
of
two
scrimmage. I
players is
definitely
not
need one guy
insurmountable.
here.
But it's not easy to overcome either. They've kicked the ball to the winning team, but they have to keep their heads, because it'll be on the way back to them soon enough.
I can put in another defense. Okay, so let's try it. The ball's going to land here. If we are assuming that it doesn't scatter too much, where does he want to attack? Hard to say really. It's a very even formation. So let's try to just do it like this. And put him over here. Him over here. Just so I can react to what he's doing. It was pretty good. The elves will pick it up.
The more the merrier.
They have 3 rerolls left. They got one back.
Ah, good. He's got the ball. It's always embarrassing when they fumble that bit.
Okay, looks like they are trying to come over that side.
Good call. Intimidation is the key. It was one of my strengths when I was still playing. He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
Very nice moves.
Kinda hard to defend all of that. Especially if the troll doesn't want to play. It was a risky one to take, though.
This
I
player should
will
be
freely
brain
admit that.
transplanted.
Can I? No, he's out of my reach. No. sick part of me wants to just let them through and react to what they are doing, but that's not a good idea at all. I won't do that.
Oh! It looks like it's going to be an over-the-top jump. Not everyone can jump like that.
Let's just try to position ourselves in order to make it hard for them to react to everything I do. However, they're positioned to catch us down there. It's going to be hard for them to fuck us.
Ouch. Must really hurt.
Oh well, let's see what they do. They can definitely score in 2 turns. So if I can defend at least in such a way that they don't score
pass.
next
The
turn,
coach is pleading that the pass will
I will
kick
be
off the
happy
last
with
minute
this
play
result.
and save its skin before full time.
pass twice.
It could have been better.
That made it easier. Alright, troll. Hey, the reroll worked. I needed that. Please follow. And then, him over there. And just going to try to pick up the ball. If I have it, then they need to knock me
That
down
players
before they
earned
can
their
score.
wages today.
Doesn't quite happen. But at least the ball is marked. All the guys that I have available are up. This guy's a bit out of position. But outside of that, this is their last turn. Possible to score, but they need to do a risky pass in order to score.
So am I.
Nothing to see here gets hurt anyway.
Rather than the knee.
At least I didn't have any bad injuries. Okay, he can score now. Those guys will be nasty. They got a lot of STP during this match. Come on, enjoy yourself. Yes! Who was that? Frivolous Felix. One more turn. Alright, my good player is down. Not too much I can do here. Can't get the ball unless I do a risky 2 red die, which isn't worth it because they don't have any more turns.
He's coming to help his buddy. That's gonna hurt. 2 big goons that get together and fall on
SPP.
you. It can really hurt.
With
Follow my
arms like
bow.
tree trunks. There was only
Nothing.
going to be one result in that.
Can I foul this guy? I can. Just for the fuck of it.
Looking. Get in there!
By the way, turn 16 fouling. Not a thing you do against other players.
I'd admire him if he wasn't wearing this.
Doesn't matter in this case.
2-1 is a good score. Sums up this game. I like it.
I'm actually, well, not happy, but I'm satisfied with that. I did score. I think I made the best of what my luck gave me with that. My goblins weren't cooperating very well. I did get a bunch of money though, which will come in handy because I need to replace a dead goblin. Got no fans from that, just like in real life. Got some cyanide coins, I don't know what those get me. Let's look at some stats, shall we? By the way, Fonzie, if you're still here, just give a quick shout out in the chat, otherwise I'm just going to move on. So I 18%. I had the ball for 18% of the match, which is because my goblins never picked it up. The one goblin that did was the one that scored, and I didn't hold on for the ball for that, because I couldn't afford to. At least I wasn't in my own half for most of it. I wasn't too much in the opponent's half either. The ball was just lying around most of the time. They did one pass, I didn't. Didn't get the opportunity to do too many tackles. I did do 2 KOs. One of them got back up. Those guys injured one. Well, they injured 4 of my guys, and they killed 1. Yeah, that wasn't a pretty match by any means, but that's just the combined luck of Blood Bowl in general and Goblins in particular. I did get some SPP though.
I've got my
Excited
McBurdy
Eddie,
Swig
who
burger
wasn't the
and
one
my
that got killed, I think.
XXL-sized cheese shake.
Got the MVP
Let's
for
watch
this, and
some
nothing to
Blood
see
Bowl.
here. Got the score. But look at those points, those are some serious points. Let's look at the rolls really quick. I don't care about their rolls. So I missed really stupid 4 times. That's tough. I missed the loner once. I also succeeded once. The bribe worked. One of my guys got up from a KO. The one guy that got KO'd instead of injured. Jumping was like worked 2 times, didn't work 2 times, so that was like a 50-50 all around. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. Excited Eddie got... Oh, that was the guy that did the foul, right? Yeah, I think that was the guy that did the foul. Okay, so that was that. And next opponent is elves as well. I think those are wood elves. So my luck streak continues. Let's see if I can do anything about this team.
Talismans are us are certainly
So
making a
no
splash
one
on the
really
used arcane
misses
item
anything. They are
retail
all ready to
scene.
go again.
I'd say less of a splash,
get another
more of
goblin.
an incendiary fire. You just can't trust sorcerers.
Goblin costs 40k, so I have 50 left. That's fine. I'm going to call him let's see, what's a good name for a goblin? Sleazy Samson. Just about right. Let's make him look like this. This looking pretty sleazy. I have 50k left. I don't really want to get anything else. I need those for my bribes, I think. What's my team value, by the way? Let's see.
Don't forget, Coach, you need to maintain your home stadium.
Better question yet, where do I see my team value? Ah, there it is. We are under 1,000, so we should get enough inducement money to afford maybe 2 bribes next time, which should come in handy, considering A, bribes can not work, and 2, I need to get my secret weapons on, I need to keep them on the field. Especially this guy. This guy was probably the useful out of my 3. I mean, the Bombardier knocked one out, but it also caused a turnover because he blew up one of my guys as well. And this guy failed his first blitz, succeeded his second, and then he got knocked over and was out. But yeah, those are goblins, aren't they fun? I like them. They Blood Bowl in and on itself just creates situations that you can't foresee, and that they just surprise you and come out of nowhere. And with goblins, that's tenfold, because goblins are even unreliable and unpredictable to their own coach in a lot of ways. So they are just make for an even crazier game. A goblin mirror match is one of the funniest things you ever see, aside from maybe halflings in any capacity. Halflings versus ogres, I think, is also a very funny one.
Goblin are a great company to be affiliated with. Any problems you may have are surely coincidental.
So, by the way, I'm just going to show
that
those
you owe
off.
a great deal of bad gambling debts to.
I'm not going to play another game.
That has nothing to do with my
half past
spontaneous
midnight for me,
endorsement.
but I'm going to show off the other 2 teams I have. So those are my NHS Plague Bearers, who is my Nurgle team. I always build a Nurgle team if I play Blood Bowl. Nurgles are more of a controlling team. They are more CC based and they are slow. But they have a very unique playstyle in that they make it so that the opponent doesn't really want to have anything to do with them. Only one reroll because I always play with the Beast of Nurgle, which is this monstrosity. Look at this. Isn't this just delightful? Yes, so this is the Beast of Nurgle. It's also, just as my troll, it's really stupid and needs someone who gives it directions in order to do anything. It has regeneration, so anytime it gets hurt, there's a chance that it just heals itself. It has tentacles, holding everyone who's standing in its tackle zones close to it. Makes it harder for them to get away. This one is Nurgle's Rod, which all Nurgle players have, which is when this player kills someone, that someone will become
and affiliated
a player for me.
Member,
One of the weakest
yes,
ones.
I saw your infamous
still,
after-dinner
it's going to
speech
become
at
a
last
rotter,
year's
basically.
GBAT Awards. The following riot was really quite wonderful.
Now this is Mighty Blow, which is helping me with killing people, because it makes everything, every hit a bit harder. Then we have this, Disturbing Presence, which means that every player who wants to block this needs to roll a d6 and needs, if he rolls a 1, he's so disgusted that he doesn't want to block. And it also has Disturbing Presence. Wait, which one of those is Disturbing Presence in English? Well, this just means it's but as ugly. This one means that it's so disturbing that in a radius of 3 squares around this, everyone who's passing or catching a ball or trying to do an interception has a harder roll, because it's harder to concentrate with this thing looking at you. It's also a loner, so re-rolling with that isn't too good. Then we have those guys, Nurgle Warriors, which are my blitzers basically. As you can see, pretty much the same positive stats, but they don't have drawbacks. They have 1 strength less, but 1 agility
How do I
more.
look in HD, Bob?
A whiter shade of pale.
But they're just all around pretty strong, pretty cool guys. I try to play with 4 of them always. Then we have those guys. Pestigors, which are the ball carriers, the only ones that actually handle the ball because they have normal stats, normal agility, everything completely normal, which is the best these guys have for a ball carrier. They do not have disturbing presence, but they do have horns, which gives them a bonus on blitzes. Bonus strength, I should say. So I use one as a blitzer and one as like ball carrier, but I also can blitz with these guys if I want. Strength is the same, skills are a bit different. And then the only other guys I have are my linemen, which are those rotters. Basically plague zombies. Who also can convert enemies they kill to your own team. But unfortunately they are so rotten and falling apart that every time they get hurt twice. As in they roll twice on the injury table and get both results. So those guys are fragile. They're also not that good. They have pretty normal stats, but they're a bit slower. However, this means that you're going through a lot of them. But you can replenish, so that's good. And that's the Nurgle team in a nutshell. As you can see with my naming, I've gotten creative with
Did you know the Spike
sicknesses.
Magazine
So
trophy
my
was
piece of Nurgle is
forged
called
in
Kimorian
Hellfire? Deep
Cancer Tongue.
beneath the blighted
Then we have
cigarette,
Yellow Fever Janus,
Sarna
Black
groomed,
Plague Boris,
many
Malaria
slaves
Marius,
died
and Typhus
created.
Timothy, my
But
Nurgle
then
warriors.
It was the lowest bid.
My 2 Pestigors are Hepatitis Hector and Cholera Charlie. And then my Rotters are just Rotting Rudy, Decomposing Dennis, Deteriorating Dawn, and Municipal Waste on Lex. As you can see, I didn't try as hard with those guys. And then the Necromantic team is... I built the one I had in Blood Bowl 1 in the individual team setting. And Necromantic is my by far favorite team to play as. They are an undead team, which means they don't get Apothecary, they get a Necromancer instead. And also they have quite a few interesting positionals. They are very versatile and they are more pass oriented than the undead team. So their linemen are zombies. Very slow and not that agile, but otherwise they are just pretty useful to just provide assists. They start with regeneration, which means that if they get hurt, they have a chance of regenerating that, which is good. Then they have those whites, who are my blockers or blitzers, basically. Generic
Have you looked at
stats, but they
Facetome
do
recently,
start with
Bob?
block and regeneration.
Did you know you have a
which is
fan
pretty,
club?
pretty strong.
Have you looked at it, Jim? There's a petition to remove you from the air.
Then those flash golems are just standing there, being a nuisance and just knocking everyone down who is at base contact. They have stand firm, which means they can't be pushed, and if they go down on the square they're standing on. They do not move if the opponent tries to move them. And they have thick skull, which means that it's a bit harder to hurt them. With 9 armor, they do tend to stick around, and they're also a bit stronger, but also slower. It's a trade-off. Then we have the fun thing that makes the Necromantic team Necromantics. They can have 2 werewolves, which are the primary blitzers. They do not start with block, which makes them not ideal blitzers, but they have 8 movement, so they have quite the reach on them. And otherwise they're pretty mediocre. They have claws. Well, this guy has claws. They don't start with claws, I think. Oh, I need to rethink that. They definitely start with this. Which means that if they push someone instead of knocking them down, they get a second block. It can backfire because they get out of position a lot and they have to follow up. But other than that, it's pretty cool. Regeneration and claws. There we see my other werewolf who also has claws, so I'm pretty sure they start with that. Claw pretty much
This
does that
circle of
every
happy
time they get
serenity.
someone
Aren't they
down.
a bunch of happy clappies, Jim?
I wouldn't like to use the word cunt,
They
Bob,
treat
as that has certain tax
armor-
exemption implications.
they just break through armor of 8 or higher. So that does nothing against people with lower armor, but against people with 8 or higher, this is pretty brutal. And then we have the ghoul, which I pretty much I don't have to use them because werewolves do pretty much the same thing. This guy just has 1 movement less, and if you can compare, he has less movement and less armor. But he starts with dodge, which is pretty good. I gave him block. He doesn't start with block. I gave him block. So with a blodge combo in my hands, this is the best ball carrier I have in this team. And I tend to use ghouls as a ball carrier. They do not start with regeneration, which is the reason why most of necromantic coaches don't use them at all. I like to use them because I like to have 3 guys with a lot of reach, while the rest of the team is pretty slow. So Grave Danger is my ghoul, my star player, if you would say. Then we have Spot the Friendly Maimer and Melody the Lovely Slashy, who are my werewolves. Hubert the Harmless and James the Friendly are my flesh golems. Zuruk the Nice and Argula the Respectful are my whites. And then we have my zombies, Deceased and Dependable,
Did
Dead
you
and
know,
Delightful,
back in
Expired and Excitable,
2479,
Passed Away and Playful, and
experiment
Undead and
to use balls made of granite
I really
was not
went
a
out of ideas on the
success.
last one. Okay, so those are the teams I have right now. I'm open to just do other teams. I haven't done a mixed team yet. I really want to try that out at some point. I think for a first test stream to see if this works, I think this was pretty successful. There will be another Blood Bowl stream, I think on Sunday is where I will do it. Because if you haven't seen it yet, there was a guy in chat earlier, I don't know if he's still there, called Fonzie530. And he's also streaming Blood Bowl on Sundays mostly, but at least at one point in the week, right? And on his Blood Bowl stream, I got to commentate a match, like professional caster. That was a lot of fun, and if you want to see that, the VOD is still on his channel. I do host him when he's streaming and I'm not on, so you can see him over here if you want. But otherwise, you're just looking up Fonzie530 on Twitch. You should find him pretty easily. If you like Blood Bowl at all, definitely give him a follow because he seems to know what he's doing. I also know what I'm doing, but as you saw today, I got pretty unlucky today. But I was also playing Goblins, so I have no right to complaints. No rights to complain. If you have any suggestions
Bob?
for this stream in
Always,
particular,
Well, how about
or any
fresh
team you want to
glass
see,
of
let me
blood
know.
like that?
You can either do that by just leaving me a message on Twitter. I don't know if you can message me directly on Twitch. If you can, then you're welcome to do so. And this VOD will be also up on YouTube at SWWEFLP, which is convoluted, I know, but it's also linked down there. If you scroll down, you will find that and all my other past stream VODs. If you find anything you like there, and you can think about leaving a follow, otherwise just go about your day, I won't mind. Probably won't even notice. But yeah, I think that was a pretty nice little game of Blood Bowl there. I'm proud of myself for that score. If anything, that's the one play I am proud of. I managed to score in that clutch moment there. That was a pretty good jump. Other than that, yeah, I hope you're going to have a lovely rest of the day. And I will see you around, hopefully. Bye.